Miranda Kahn monitoring the results of our Newsmax poll tonight. She joins us again from our newsroom. Miranda?
Thanks, JD. Hot off the presses, we have the latest numbers in right now, and it seems like our viewers are basically echoing what a lot of our panelists are saying. Take a look at the latest numbers. Look at that. Donald Trump with 64%, not even close. Ted Cruz now stands at 16%, Marco Rubio 6%, Ben Carson now in fourth place with 6%, and there you have all the others. Rand Paul 2%, Carly Fiorina 2%, John Kasich 1%, and Jeb Bush dead last at 1%. Again, echoing what a lot of people have been saying tonight. There's still time to weigh in our poll. Just go to newsmaxpolls.com and cast your vote. Also, we want to remind people to send us our comments via social media. Here you go. We have a bunch of ways you can do that. Newsmaxtv.com/comments, Facebook.com/NewsmaxTV, or you can head on over to Twitter. That's at NewsmaxTV, hashtag GOP debate. And we also have some tweets coming in.
Oh, good.
Before I want to get to that,
good.
Just right now, if I could.
Sure.
A lot of people have been talking about Ben Carson. Been on the mind of a lot of people during tonight's performance. Here's what some folks had to say via Twitter. Co-founder of America Online, Steve Case, tweets this. Pleased to hear Ben Carson reminds us that America was a startup and now has the leading economy because of entrepreneurs, hashtag GOP debate. Andrew, Aaron Zeller is a fan of Dr. Ben. He tweets this. I will respectfully refer to Ben Carson as Honest Ben, hashtag GOP debate. And pro joke teller, Patton Oswald. Well, a comedian is going to be a comedian, he says. The role of Ben Carson's voice was played by a warm bowl of cream of mushroom soup. Hashtag GOP debate. And again, reach out to us via social media. We'd love to air some of your comments later on during our special. Back to you, JD.
And Patton Oswalt, I've got a couple of things about his voice and facial demeanor that I will keep off of our family program. Well, no doubt what Patton Oswalt had to tweet out elicits some comments. The entire debate performance elicits comments. That's why we head back to our friend John Bogman, standing by with our Newsmax panel. John?
JD, we can talk about those comments after the program, right? I can't wait to hear them. But let's check back in with our panel. Guys, good to have you back with us. Thanks for sticking around. We were talking about the immigration issue previously, the dust-up between John Kasich and Donald Trump. I also want to play that clip from Jeb Bush, what he had to say about immigration, and get your reaction to it. Let's take a listen.
Thank you, Donald, for allowing me to speak at the debate. That's really nice of you. Really appreciate that. What a generous man you are. 12 million illegal immigrants, to send them back, 500,000 a month, is just not possible. And it's not embracing American values. And it would tear communities apart. And it would send a signal that we're not the kind of country that I know America is.
All right, before we get to the substance of Jeb's comment, I want to ask everybody here, who thinks Jeb Bush had the most riding on his debate performance tonight? Pretty much unanimous among the crowd. Who thinks that Jeb Bush improved his standing from his dismal performance in the last debate compared to this debate? Kind of not so much. Lisa, tell us why.
I think he did a good job tonight compared to the last debate. I think he was articulate, and I think some people agreed with what he said. I also think his momentum is just too far gone. I definitely think we're now seeing the front four emerge, and Jeb's not one of them.
Tom, I see you shaking your head. Let me head to Dick, though, because I don't think Dick is quite as convinced. Talk to me, Dick.
I knew that Jeb Bush was toast before the debate started, but none of his issues that people object to him were discussed. He's in favor of this Common Core, which is a disaster, and Donald Trump has pointed it out. He calls illegal immigration an act of love. I mean, anybody telling me they want to be president and illegal aliens are an act of love tells me, well, what's next? Bank robbers? Can they be act of love too? So I think Jeb stuck his foot in his mouth a long time ago, and it hasn't come out.
Well, Tom, aside from being a retired police detective, I know you care a lot about your community. You work with the local school board. Talked about the issue of Common Core. Does this leave Jeb exposed?
It sure does. I think Jeb has just been out of politics too long. He just, to me, doesn't seem polished. I don't think he's connecting with the people. I did like his last comment. I'm probably one of the few that do with regard to breaking up the families, and there has to be a better way of doing that when you get rid of illegal immigrants. However, he's just, in my mind, not connecting. I think this was the straw that broke the camel's back. I think he's gone after tonight.
All right.
If he hangs on at all.
All right. Let's talk to Elaine about this question as well. Jeb Bush, again, mentioning he didn't feel like this was part of American values, deporting all these illegal immigrants. What do you say?
American values is the Constitution and enforcing the laws.
Yeah.
And I think we can't make it up as we go along. And there does have to be a mechanism, in my opinion, for dealing with people that came into the country illegally. But these broad statements on emotional perhaps, but not judicial, not legal, not legislative, doesn't help the argument.
All right. There's one more clip I want to play while we have our focus group still with us right now, and that is the response from Ben Carson when asked about his past during the debate and the issues he's been having with the media. Let's take a listen to that.
I have no problem with being vetted. What I do have a problem with is being lied about and then putting that out there as truth. And I don't even mind that so much if they do it with everybody, like people on the other side. But, you know, when I look at somebody like Hillary Clinton, who sits there and tells her daughter and a government official that, no, this was a terrorist attack, and then tells everybody else that it was a video, where I came from, they call that a lie. And I think that's very different from, you know, somebody misinterpreting when I said that I was offered a scholarship to West Point.
All right, so he took this issue about his past, tried to turn the attention towards Hillary Clinton and some of the issues she's had with truths or half-truths or lies, as he said. Who feels like Ben Carson was effective in this particular instance of changing the attention to a political opponent? Everybody there. Who thinks Ben Carson was effective overall in the debate tonight?
I think he's status quo.
Yeah.
He
Status
didn't
quo.
lose anything.
What about you, John? What do you say?
Status quo, but he exposed a lie, and the other great lie being told in this debate is about this no-fly zone, and Rand Paul's put a spear right through that. Because are you telling me that American president is going to authorize the shooting down of Russian fighters and bombers? I mean, it's absolute lie to even suggest to the American people there can be a no-fly zone where Russian planes are flying around already. We're not going to do it. It's just a total lie. Well, another sort of Democrat thing of Hillary Clinton and those neo-Democrats in the Republican Party, the rhinos.
That's a fantastic tease, John, for what we're going to talk about when we rejoin our focus group here. And the next segment, we are going to talk about some of those foreign policy issues, including the no-fly zone, and what Carly Fiorina had to say about our allies in the Middle East. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, John Bogman, thanks very much. Look forward to hearing more from our Newsmax TV panel assembled there, reminiscent of a focus group.